Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is May 19th, 2024. Howard, have you bought any of the meme stocks last week?
No, we did. Hey, buddy, how's the baby? Did you see my
Pretty good.
Coronado hat? I'm back in Coronado for the summer. Social
Yeah.
leverage tea.
I mean,
Spread the
have you
Coronado
lost
hat.
weight, Howard? Or this is just XXL shirts?
You think people have been saying that I've lost weight? Does it look like I've lost weight?
I mean, that's why I'm
Oh, it's
asking
just the big shirt.
what
No,
size is the
no,
shirt? Yeah.
it's a large. I'm
I think
25 pounds off my peak.
you've lost weight.
Anyways, the no meme stocks for me. We did cover it on Trends with Friends because it's fascinating. I think if we pulled up GME quickly, I'll give you what I quickly talked about. I think it shows a few things, right? Wow. Where to close that? In the 20s. Okay,
22.
yeah. Okay. I think if we go back to the monthly, and then we'll just talk about the real markets. Oh, wow. I guess adjusted for splits, it's still done phenomenally well. I was mistaken, but I think everybody thinks that the same thing can happen. And I think the hedge funds have learned their models are different. So I'm not surprised that this attempt is still, I think it's just another huge spike in an eventual ride to zero. It's a meme coin in the sense that unless earnings won't help this, right? It'll actually give it value. So I think the hedge funds will win this time quicker because this stock's in much looser hands. This isn't 2021 and the world is open and there's way more choices and the world is different in terms of, copper's breaking out and, there's so many choices, right? So I think, this will just be another spike on the path down. But I don't want to give these ideas any more air than they deserve, which is, speculation is entertainment. So let's get to the real markets.
Yeah. I mean, real market, we're in a strong bull market.
Strong bull market. So why mess with penny stocks? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it just depends on your choices and what do you want to trade, how often do you want to trade, what's your time frame. Obviously, there's a lot of money to be made even in those meme stocks, if you have the right risk management. But both the QQQ, the SPY, tacked all-time highs last week. Small caps are starting to outperform. They're back near the highs of their huge range here near 210. So this would be a huge breakout if it happens at some point this summer. Everyone has been waiting for this breakout since it's been basing for 3 years. And now
I bet you people probably, you could, but the average person, they talk about this, but they probably don't know five companies in this index. Do we know even you can look it up on Koifin. Do you even know? But like the funny thing is no one
SMCIs, it's one of them. I mean,
okay, so
obviously
semiconductor and biotech and banks, I think, are a lot of those.
And they have a lot. They have a lot of names. And here looking at Russell 2000, it finally made a higher low here above the rising 200-day moving average. Now it's back above the 50. So this time it's looking potentially, ready for a breakout.
But small caps are now big caps. What are micro caps doing? IWC?
IWC. It's looking very similar. Also made a higher low.
To me, this is more interesting about risk on more than the small caps. So everything's perking.
Yeah, everything is either perking up or setting up, and we continue to see rotations. Interestingly,
that's the best part.
This time around, it's not just tech stocks rallying, it's not just semiconductors, but it's also energy. And it kind of makes sense if we at the beginning stages of an AI revolution. You don't need just smart chips, semiconductors. You also need energy to power them, a lot of energy. And I'm not surprised that the uranium sector is breaking out from a humongous multi-year base here.
Huge.
This is URA. Interestingly, the rest of the energy space hasn't done that well. I mean, there's some exceptions,
Give me a
obviously.
monthly. Give me a monthly, Ivan.
Okay, let's go back to the uranium. It's a big base, Howard.
Yeah. No, I'm saying theoretically all-time highs because it's going back to anybody who really was in this is out.
About
So
10-year highs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 10-year highs are all-time highs in my
10-year
opinion in
highs. Let's
this
take a
world.
look on solar. I mean, solar has done horrific.
Which is so why First Solar is so interesting, which is my
Yeah,
nemesis. I
and
don't
then
own it
First Solar
because
is just setting up here for
yeah.
a potential test of its previous
Yeah. So if you're going to look at
high.
solar, you have to follow this one because the other one's tan is just too hard to trade. And SolarEdge, I think SEDG kind of just imploded. So I don't know which are the leading ones.
So many of
Yeah.
them just imploded.
Oh my
SEDG,
goodness.
ENPH. I mean, now so many countries are introducing duties and fees
Yeah.
for
Once you
anything
get
made in
into
China.
energy, it's a whole different expertise. It's not about growth. It's, it's a lot more cyclical. And there's no like Monster Energy drink, or
Yeah, to me it's
there's no
interesting
like
that
Domino's. So XLE is how I've been playing it.
yeah,
And I just feel like the
it's
big
looking
cat. I mean,
bullish. It's looking
it's
bullish.
looking
Yeah,
bullish because
yeah.
again, like this is a one-stop shop. I think uranium's interesting. Copper, I don't know if there's a trade for copper, but
I mean, there are a
it's
couple of
so
stocks.
bullish.
Obviously, FCX
Yeah,
is the main one because they own both a
yeah.
little
How
bit
can
of
you not
gold and copper.
see? Look at the base. Let's go look at the monthly. So, so, so there's something serious going on. You have three crashes, and here we are, right? With India coming on board, China, you've got inflation, you've got semiconductor boom, so you've got all this need for copper potentially. Um, and so this looks extremely bullish. To the
It looks
people that
extremely
bought this
bullish.
at
Yeah.
4, congratulations, but I don't think this trend is over.
Yeah, actually, one of my biggest trade here was we bought like leaps calls in FCX in 2020, but
Wow.
I sold too early. Obviously, the trend continued. Druckenmiller
Yeah, but
says
all
this,
you've missed is like 10, 20 points,
yeah,
right? Like, even though you're
it's one
saying,
of the
like,
big
meaning the
positions.
real trend could be happening going forward.
Yeah, Stanley Druckenmiller says this is one of his big positions. Copper, he says
Yeah.
that it takes 10 years to develop a new copper mine. And just looking at the supply demand dynamics in the world, he
Yeah.
sees copper prices going higher. So obviously, stocks like FCX, stocks like the Canadian one, TCK,
Huh.
breaking out.
Are
And this
they
one
in the
is,
indexes? Are they in the indexes, Ivan?
I don't know, this one is more diversified. They have coal, copper, zinc, molybdenum, gold.
That's a good reco. Give me the monthly on tech.
And tech is looking
Yeah, you
similar
gotta
to
own this.
FCX.
You gotta own this, and if you get a 20% pullback, you don't have to add to it. I think you want to, if this works, it should start working right away. GLD, same thing. I'm long GLD. Can't
Yeah,
explain
big
other than
breakout.
just price momentum. I mean, there's no way I'm selling this. This is just too good a base.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how else that you can trade copper, but I know
I
what's
mean,
this, a
these are
global?
copper miners ETF. So I guess if you
Oh,
have,
what's that one called? COPX. Thank you. Okay, I'm learning something new, baby. This is what's great is, the young people, this is the AMC GME dilemma. They're picking false prophets, right? You may not like Druckenmiller and you may not like Ivan or me, but like the kids that keep going back to the well for stupidity isn't that same stuff's not going to happen. It's going to play out in other markets. So this is silver, which I'm hearing a lot of bullish chatter about as
yeah, it
well.
just broke out. It's starting to catch up with gold. Big
Yeah,
breakout last week.
yeah. I don't have a wow. SLV, huh?
Yeah,
Give me a monthly on that.
this is a month. It's looking really good. It's a big base.
What they say about chicks with big bases. Oh, that's not okay. So you've got that. We've covered energy. With that comes China. I'm the last guy that wanted to
China, I mean,
China.
it's been in
I'm
an uptrend
long.
since
This is
February.
how
Yeah.
this is how bullish I am, is that I'm disregarding everything that I've told people. And I had my wife, Ellen, buy K Web and Baba last week for her account. She sits on
Okay.
a lot of cash. She owns Google. She owns my three Gs, Google, Goldman. She thinks I'm a genius because we finally added China, but we've added a fourth G. I don't know what a G in China stands for, but we have Google, Goldman, Gold, and I've had her add
You said Baba.
K-Web. Baba and
Okay,
K-Web.
K-Web. Yeah. I mean,
But Baba
China
too,
has
just
been,
because, yeah, again, there's been 9 bottoms declared, so I'm not calling a bottom. I'm just saying I'd rather own this than AMC, put it that way. If the market's just gonna jihad,
yeah,
I'd rather own companies like this, even though I can't tell what their real earnings are. Um, the fact is that there's some leadership there. The market's massive. I just don't trust the stocks themselves, but
yeah,
oh, Futu. So that's like their Robinhood.
yeah.
That is a nice base.
Let's see. Tiger is starting to rally as well.
Yeah, got it. All right.
Yeah,
So
there's
China, what else? What else
a,
can we
a
cover?
bunch of them. I mean, obviously, semiconductors are still the leaders. Nvidia had their pre-earnings rally last week, reporting this week, high expectations. So probably I would think if there is a gap up, let's say a 5% gap, it might be faded as people take profit. If there is like a 5% downside gap, it will probably be bought because
Mhm.
it's still the way to play AI.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the
Nvidia
leader. Everybody's chasing them. They have
and
the GP. Yeah, they have mind share. They have market share.
I mean, most importantly, they
Where?
still have the main product that everyone is using. I mean, everyone is talking about competition, but competition is so far behind. Um,
Yeah, and then if we talk about just the actual world, right? You've got speculation is alive and well, which is good and bad. But then if it's not just the mind, it's not just energy. If we look at travel,
oh
right?
yeah,
It's not.
definitely
So let's
travel.
look at travel. So we look at booking. First, we'll look at booking. I don't own it. I'm sure I own it in the index, but it's hard to move this based on valuation. What's the market cap? It's 125 billion. So it's a representative travel in general,
Yeah,
and the airlines are doing well. So travel is strong, right? I was in New
yeah.
York this week, but this is the one that I've recommended forever, MMYT,
India
and
9.6
it's
billion.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
only 10 billion.
it
It's
tripled
India. Well, I
basically
started
since,
buying it in the high 30s, and
yeah.
and and I shared that.
And then we talked about this one, the Argentine
Yeah,
one,
you killed this last week. It's
$1
now on
billion,
my
dollar,
watch list, and it had a big breakout.
only $1 billion.
What's
And
yeah?
obviously we have that Chinese one, Trip Tcom, just a
Oh
bigger company,
wow!
37 billion dollar
Hang on, TCOM.
market cap.
So it's TCOM, Des Des Desperado.
Yeah, Despegar, Despegar.
Yeah, called Desperado. Okay, so hang on. So TCOM is what? The Chinese.
The Chinese booking, let's call it.
Wow. What's
And
the market
interesting,
cap on that?
36 billion or something like this.
Oh,
36,
C
37.
Trip. Oh my God, I used to own this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So give me the monthly.
Oh, here's the month. Wait a second.
Airbnb's in no man's land. Uh,
All right.
dude, forget Baba. I should have bought that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a
So,
strong trend. It's a strong trend. And obviously airlines with all the talk about
so,
raising.
so what's TCOM again? So that's C Trip, or is that T?
Yeah,
Hang on.
it is a C-Trip, is the Chinese
Oh, they changed their name. It used to be CTRP.
hotel accommodations, airline tickets. Yeah, they changed their ticker. It's
Got
trip.com.
it. Got it. Okay, that's why I missed it. Okay, that dude.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if there's a pullback, I'm not chasing it here, but I own some MMYT, but I'm not going to add to it here. Hopefully, it just keeps going up, but it's extended. But C Trip. Interesting why
Yeah.
they changed their name. Okay. All right. Well, that's a lot of ideas. I was going to see if I'm going through my list, see if there's any. What else do you got?
I mean, there is a lot, Howard. It just depends
Yeah.
on your time frame. Obviously, in Latin America, here you see IOF going sideways. Anything related to Argentina has been on fire ever since their presidential
Yeah, Mercado
elections in
Libre.
November. It's just gap up and then higher highs, higher lows.
Yeah,
Uh,
forget about politics. Price action is what matters. But yeah, yeah, that
Mercado
Melee,
Libre
man. Yeah.
setting up again near its all-time highs. Probably the only tech stock in Latin America that is really working.
But they're kind of like the FANG, right? They do payments, they do
Yeah,
e-commerce, they do travel, like they do everything. It's a roll up basically. What's the
it's
earnings
basically
supposed to be? 40?
like an ETF. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
it's basically like buying an ETF
89
to me.
billion
It's like
dollar
buying
company.
K-Web with probably a little less crime and corruption. But you know, because it's a one company versus an index of crime and corruption. So Mercado Libre is you're betting on, you know, longevity and just their stranglehold of e-commerce and
Yeah, this is
payments.
not an easy stock to swing trade. This is more like a
No, you got to hold it
longer
like an
term
ETF.
hold. Yeah,
Yeah, you treat it like a volatile QQQ of LATAM. I don't think they have semiconductor exposure, so not quite the same. Okay, so there's Mali. I'm trying to think what's bad. Just going through my list.
what's not working?
FinTech's still not working like the
Most of the EV stocks are not working, especially now with the new, tariffs. Uh, if you look at the
good point.
Chinese one, right? They're most of them are near their multi-year lows.
Mhm.
Obviously, Tesla's also hasn't done that great, even though it's trying to hold here above its rising 20. That's an important level here to hold, to build kind of base and maybe start carving towards 200.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably in the best competitive position in terms of, cost structures.
Yeah.
Every time I read an article about an EV, they said, Ford is losing $100,000 on every vehicle they sell. It's just
Yeah.
very expensive business to be in.
Yeah, e-commerce. What I was going to say about fintech, other than Mercado Libre, the only thing that's working is Toast, which seems to be winning in the U.S., right? Like
Yeah, I see
Square's
it
all over the
everywhere.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be winning hearts and minds. You know, Square has like the taxi drivers, but like retail has gone to
Look at
Toast,
this huge
not
base.
Square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
breakout.
So, so I think Toast is probably the one to watch because Square, PayPal have been dogs. Um, Affirmed more lending. I think if you're in the lending side, you're just going to continue to see blow ups, low margin. Um, but
That's an
Toast, I don't
interesting
know their
stock.
full business, but Toast seems to, as Square as Jack just gets them into Bitcoin and other things. They're kind of a conglomerate. Toast is focused on just restaurants and
Yeah.
retail, and I seem to notice that it's everywhere. Do you same thing
So,
for you?
yeah, every time I want
I used to
to
see Square a lot
order
more, and I don't see it.
order online, it has to be through Toast. I don't know what's their deal, what's their partnership, but every single restaurant is using Toast.
Yeah. So, and the price action confirms. But again, these aren't cheap stocks. What's it trading at?
I mean,
15
they don't have a
billion.
P/E ratio. I guess they're still not. Oh, they're
Yeah,
supposedly they're turned profitable this year.
right. But that's got to be factored in. So be careful. But anyways, there is winners. You don't have the support of the whole sector. So again, China, energy, travel. Um, what else did we talk about? Copper,
Metals, yeah,
uh,
in general.
metals. And it's plenty to work. And obviously semis and tech, big cap tech. Okay. All
Yeah, exactly. All right, Howard. Thank
right,
you. See you next
everybody.
week.
See you.
Bye.